This week we're looking at Jesus' words when he called Simon and Andrew from their boats to come follow him. We're also going to see, when we make it to Luke, the involvement of James and John as well. The thing that we're looking at are the subtle differences between Matthew's capturing of the quote from Jesus and Mark's capturing, and then the very, very unsubtle, dramatic difference when we get to Luke. Let's dive right in Matthew chapter 4, verse 19. This is from the ESV. And please note, it's not the entire verse, it's just the part where Jesus talks to Simon and Andrew. And he said to them, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." Right below that, you can see the koine, "Deute hopiso mu." So deute comes from duro. It means hither, but when it's used as an imperative, it takes on this hortatory sense. It's an exhortation to do something. So here we would say, "Come," and then he adds this preposition that is, in a sense, is an improper preposition, because if you say to someone, "Come with me," or "Come hither," you don't have to add the preposition. But here, Jesus says, "Come hither behind," hopiso, behind. "Come hither behind me." In other words, follow me. We would expect akaluthete, follow. Akaluthete mu, follow me. But here instead, Jesus says, "Deute hopiso mu," come hither behind me. And then what else does he say? Kai poieso humas, alies anthropon, and I will make you fishers. They're already fishers of fish. I will make you fishers of men, fishermen of men. Pretty interesting stuff. They are the direct object of poieso. What is he going to do? He's going to do something to humas, to Simon and Andrew, and it's going to make them into something. Fishermen, which they already were fishermen, but now fishermen, anthropon, of men, not fish. Pretty awesome stuff. Now let's jump into Mark and take a look at the very subtle difference. Mark chapter 1, verse 17, again from the ESV. "And Jesus said to them, 'Follow me, and I will make you become fishers of men.'" So look at it in koine, the same exact beginning, deute hopiso mu, identical, kai poieso humas, identical, but then he adds this infinitive, genesthai from ginomai, "Come after me, come hither behind me, and I will make you to become fishers of men, fishermen of men." So what's the difference? In the Matthew account, Jesus is going to act directly on them, and they're going to now do something different than they've done before. "You've been fishers of fish, now I will make you fishers of men." But with the addition here in Mark of genesthai, this form of ginomai, it speaks of a transformation of the fishermen. So it's not just that he's going to change what they do by them following after him and allowing this work in them that he's going to do, poieso. They're going to transform and become something that they weren't. You used to be fishers of fish, but through this transformative process, you will become fishers of men. Fascinating stuff. It's not just about what they do, it's about them becoming something that they're not, with Mark's account, just by adding that word genesthai from ginomai. Now, when we get to Luke, this becomes a radically different story with a different audience even. He doesn't just speak now to Simon and Andrew, but we're going to bring James and John into the mix as well. But more than that, let's take a look at what Jesus says. Well, let me give you the story before we get to what Jesus says. Jesus comes along the edge of the sea. He sees boats. He sees men who are fishermen working on their nets after a night of fishing. And he says to Peter, push out a little bit. He gets in his boat, push out a little bit. Jesus teaches the crowd from the boat. At the end of the lesson, as sort of a reward to Peter for the use of the boat. He says, push out into the deep and let down your nets for a catch. Peter says, Lord, no point in that. We fished all night. We caught jack squat. I'm a professional fisherman. Trust me, no point in doing that. Jesus essentially says, do it anyway, humor me. They do it, and the nets are so full of fish that the nets are bursting. When they get them into the boats, there's so much fish that it's swamping multiple boats. Peter falls down and says, please depart from me, Lord. I'm a sinful man. Clearly, I mischaracterized you. I didn't know who I was dealing with. It's not good for us to be in the same place because you are clearly not a sinful man and I am. Now we get to the quote from Jesus in Luke chapter 5 verse 10. Do not be afraid. From now on you will be catching men. This is fascinating stuff. Specifically, look at how it starts. Not with come hither behind me, but fear not. Me phobu, fear not. Apotunoun, from now on, anthropous, men, esse, you shall be, singular. He's speaking directly in response to Peter, singular. You shall be zogron. This is a magnificent word, zogron, okay? Comes from zoos, living, and agreo, I catch or I capture. And it means to capture alive. Okay? I want you to think about that. Their entire lives, these fishermen, have caught fish for the table. Whatever they caught was soon to be dead because they clean the fish, prep them to serve as food or to make fish sauce or to do any of the things that they do with the fish. But they're not capturing them to put them in fish tanks. These fish are doomed for death. But Jesus says to this guy who just said, depart from me, Lord, I'm a sinful man. He says, fear not, because from now on, you're not going to catch fish for death. You're going to be catching live and keeping alive men. So the destiny of what you're going to catch is the opposite of the destiny of what you've been catching. You've always caught fish for the purpose of the death of the fish to be food, but now you're going to live catch men for the purpose of keeping them alive. How spectacular is that? Now, sometimes people wonder, why should I bother studying Koine? Why should I learn Greek? Well, because look at the subtle differences between Matthew and Mark, and then look at the dramatic, overwhelming difference when we get to Luke's account of the story. The subtleties and the magnificence are both seen by knowing the vocabulary, the addition of the grammar, and the adding of genesthai to Mark's account, and then this radically different thing. He's not going to make them fishermen in Luke. They're going to go out and live catch men. They're going to do something dramatically different. And I say they because in response to this, we're told that Simon and Andrew and James and John pulled the boats up on the shore and akolutheis, and they followed Jesus as Jesus left. They walked away from the boats. Why? Because what they're going to go live catch now, you don't use boats to catch because they're on the land. Spectacular. That's the value of learning this language. That's the value of studying this language. That's the value of comparing. Imagine for a moment if we only had one gospel. Think what we would miss by not getting the chance to compare those things. So, come hither after me, and I will make you fishers of men. Come hither after me, and I will make you to become fishers of men. Don't be afraid. When you come with me, you're going to stop catching things for the sake of death, and you're going to live catch. You're going to capture alive men for the purpose of living. Wow. Hope that was good for you. If it was, you know all the like, share, subscribe stuff. Hit the notification bell. And until next time, Karis Kai Arena Humine, grace and peace to you.